أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
والمرسلات عرفا فالعاصفات عصفا والناشرات نشرا فالفارقات فرقا فالملقيات ذكرا عذرا أو نذرا إنما توعدون لواقع فإذا النجوم طمست وإذا السماء فرجت وإذا الجبال نسفت وإذا الرسل أقتت لأي يوم نجلت ليوم الفصل وما أدراك ما يوم الفصل ويل يومئذ للمكذبين ألم نهلك الأولين ثم نتبعهم الآخرين كذلك نفعل بالمجرمين ويل يومئذ للمكذبين ألم نخلقكم من ماء مهين فجعلناه في قرار مكين إلى قدر معلوم فقدرنا فنعم القادرون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين ألم نجعل الأرض كفاة أحياء وأمواتا وجعلنا فيها رواسي شامخات وأسقيناكم ماء فراتا ويل يومئذ للمكذبين انطلقوا إلى ما كنتم به تكذبون انطلقوا إلى ظل ذي 3 شعب لا ظليل ولا يغني من اللهب إنها ترمي بشرر كالقصر كأنه جمالات صفر ويل يومئذ للمكذبين هذا يوم لا ينطقون ولا يؤذن لهم فيعتذرون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين هذا يوم الفصل جمعناكم والأولين فإن كان لكم كيد فكيدون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين إن للمتقين في ظلال وعيون وفواكه مما يشتهون كلوا واشربوا هنيئا بما كنتم تعملون إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين ويل يومئذ للمكذبين كلوا وتمتعوا قليلا إنكم مجرمون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين وإذا قيل لهم اركعوا لا يركعون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين فبأي حديث بعده يؤمنون.
In the name of God, most compassionate, most merciful, and the messenger sent forth, 1, so the storms, 2, and the spreading out, 3, so the divisions fled, 4. Then I met you with a reminder, 5, as an excuse or a warning, 6. You were only promised if it happened, 7. Al-Mursalat 1, 7. Asterisk naming the surah. It is called Al-Mursalat. To open it with God's oath by the messengers, which are the winds. Asterisk. Among the purposes of the surah are to infer the occurrence of resurrection after the annihilation of the world. Mention some of the descriptions of that day. Mention the evidence of the ability to bring a person back after death. Expose liars to torment in this world. Explain their fate in the afterlife. talk about the pious believers and their counterparts, and mention what God has prepared. To them are types of honor. Interpretation. God Almighty swears by the winds when they blow in succession, they stop one another, and by the strong destructive winds, and by the angels entrusted with the clouds, who drive them wherever God wills, and by the angels that descend from God with what distinguishes between truth and falsehood, and lawful and forbidden, and by the angels that receive revelation from God and send it down to his prophets, an excuse from God to his creation, and a warning from him to them, so that they do not have an argument. What you are promised regarding the matter of the day of resurrection and the reckoning and reward therein will inevitably come down to you. And when the stars were obliterated, 8, and when the heavens were made open, 9, and when the mountains were blown up, 10, and when the messengers were quenched, 11, for the day you postponed, 12, for the day of the chapter, 13. And what makes you know what the day of the chapter, 14, the day of the chapter, 14, the day of the chapter, clearly, 15, Al-Mursalat, 8:15. When the stars were obliterated and their light disappeared, and when the sky cracked, and when the mountains were blown away and scattered, becoming dust scattered by the winds, and when a time and a deadline was set for the messengers to separate them from the nations, it would be said, "For what great day did you delay the messengers? It was delayed for the day of judgment and separation between creation. And I do not know to you, O man, what is the day of judgment, its severity and its horror. Great destruction on that day, the deniers of this day promised. Did we not destroy the first people, 16, and then follow them with the last ones, 17? This is what we do to the criminals, 18. Al-Mursalat 1:6-18. Did we not destroy the forefathers of the past nations? By denying the messengers, like the people of Noah, Ad, and Thamud. Then we join the later ones, who were like them in denial and disobedience. We do such a terrible destruction to these criminals from the infidels of Mecca, because they denied the messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, and the day of judgment is for those who deny it. Al-Mursalat 19, destruction and severe torment on the day of resurrection, for every person who denies that God is the only true God, with no partner, prophecy, resurrection, and reckoning. Did we not create for you from a dishonorable water? 20. Then we placed it in a secure place. 21. To a known destiny. 22. So we determined it and granted it. They are the most powerful. 23. Al-Mursalat 20:23. Did we not create you, O community of infidels, from weak, contemptible water, which is the sperm, and then place this water in a fortified place, which is the woman's womb, for a limited time and known to God Almighty? We were able to create it, photograph it, and direct it, so yes, we are capable. And the day of judgment is for those who deny it. Al-Mursalat 24. Destruction and severe torment on the day of resurrection for those who deny our ability. Did we not make the earth sufficient, 25, for living creatures and mothers, 26, and to place therein a lofty spring? And we gave you to drink the water of the Furat, 27, Al-Mursalat 25:27. Did we not make this land on which you live contain on its back countless living people, and in its belly countless dead, and we made therein high, stable mountains, so that you do not become confused, and we gave you drink of fresh, pleasant water. And the day of judgment is for those who deny it. Al-Mursalat 28. Destruction and severe torment on the day of resurrection for those who deny these blessings. 29. We will go to what you used to deny. 29. We will go to the shadow of 3 branches. 30. There is neither shadow nor concealment. 31. It throws evil tidings like fire. 32. As if it were a camel made of yellow stone. 33. Al-Mursalat 29:33. It will be said to the unbelievers on the day of resurrection, walk to the torment of hell, which you used to deny in this world. Walk and seek shade from the smoke of hell, from which branches out in 3 pieces. That shade will not shade from the heat of that day, nor will it repel anything from the heat of the flames. Hell spews from the fire great sparks, each spark from which is like a building built in greatness and height. It is as if the sparks of hell flying from them are black camels whose color tends to be yellowish. And the day of judgment is for those who deny it. Al-Mursalat 34. Destruction and severe torment on the day of resurrection for those who deny God's promise. This is a day on which they will not speak, 35, nor will permission be given to them, so you will refrain, 36. Al-Mursalat 35, 36. This is the day of resurrection, when the liars will not utter words that will benefit them, nor will they have permission to speak so they can apologize, because they have no excuse, and the day of judgment is for those who deny it. Al-Mursalat 37, destruction and severe torment on that day for those who deny this day and what is in it. This is the day of the decisive victory. We have gathered you and the ancients. 38. And if you have plotted, then plotted against it. 39. Al-Mursalat 38, 39. This is a day in which God separates creation, and in which truth is distinguished from falsehood. We have gathered you, O community of infidels of this nation, with the first infidels from the nations of the past. If you have a trick to escape from the torment, then use tricks and save yourselves from God's oppression and vengeance. And the day of judgment is for those who deny it. Al-Mursalat 40. Destruction and severe torment on the day of resurrection for those who deny the day of resurrection. Indeed, the righteous are in shadows and eyes, 41, and mouth of whatever they desire, 42. Eat and drink in this moment. What you used to do, 43. Indeed, this is how we reward the doers of good, 44. And this is the day for the deniers, 45. Al-Mursalat 41, 45. Those who feared their Lord in this world and feared his torment by obeying his commands and avoiding his prohibitions, on the day of resurrection, will enjoy the shade of lush trees and springs of flowing water, and will enjoy abundant fruits of whatever their souls desire. They are told, eat delicious food and drink pleasantly, because of the good deeds you have done in this world. With such a great reward, we reward people of good deeds for their deeds in obedience to us. Destruction and severe torment on the day of resurrection for those who deny the day of reward and reckoning and the bliss and torment in it. Eat and enjoy a little. Indeed, you are criminals. Al-Mursalat 46. Then God threatened the unbelievers and said, eat of the pleasures of this world and enjoy its mortal desires for a short time. You are criminals by associating yourself with God, and the day of judgment is for those who deny it. Al-Mursalat 47. Destruction and severe torment on the day of resurrection for those who deny the day of judgment and recompense. And when it is said to them, low your knees, they will not bow. Al-Mursalat 48. If these polytheists are told, pray to God and submit to him, they do not submit to him or pray, but rather insist on their arrogance. And the day of the day is for the deniers. 49. So in what hadith will they believe after it? 50. Al-Mursalat 49, 50. Destruction and severe torment on the day of resurrection for those who deny the signs of God. If they do not believe in this Qur'an, then in what book and words after it will they believe? He is the one who explains everything, clear in his wisdom, rulings, and information, miraculous in his words and meanings. Welcome to your channel. I await your comments, support, and subscription to the channel to produce more videos. Thank you very much.